shake it, 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 shake it like a Polaroid picture. Shake it, 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 shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Traveling in a fighter combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, do you come from a land down under? Where women go and men wonder. Can't you hear the thunder? You gotta run, you gotta take cover.
Hey, it's Casper here. Welcome to Auzzie Rules. Oh, I wasn't going to do an Auzzie Rules today because I normally watch what we call in Australia here the V8 supercars. Although they used to be called touring cars, but they're now called supercars. And it was just the start of the race. But I am recording it, so it's all good. And I decided that I had to get back on the mic and talk about a few things. So yeah, how is everybody going? It's the 10th of November today. At the moment, it is roughly around 12:30. I'm not live. I decided not to do it live. It's weird. See, I can pre-record it and then I can put it on Periscope Live, if you know what I mean. And then I can also like comment live on my own recording. So I'm just trying that for a little while. I could go live, but then I don't know if I'm not really going to take phone calls through Scope or anything. So I don't see the point. And unless I have someone pre-arranged on Skype, I don't see why I need to do it live. And if at the end of the day, I did all my other ones live, or most of my other ones live. There was a few pre-recorded ones there, but I did most of my other ones live. And I guess this option is if I really fucking don't like it, or it comes out shit, or I have fucking equipment problems like I have been having, I can always scrap it. So anyway, I started making notes because I'm a bit of a preparer when I do my podcasts. I don't like to go in completely blind. I like to have a few things in mind at least to talk about, but lately I've just sort of like been pretty busy at work, and you're driving along and you're thinking, and you got the really good topics. There's a few topics I want to talk about, but I actually need some. I needed some feedback from other people. There's one topic I want to talk about that I find very interesting, and I'm going to be open and honest about it, and give my own views on it. And that is the subject of guys sending dick pics to girls. Well, I guess you could send them to guys as well, but. And I wanted to talk to. I'm thinking I'm going to talk to Jeff Count of Count Country, and I'm also thinking of bringing in. I think it'd be a good idea to bring in his VP, Agent Mudd. Agent Mudd lives in Nebraska, and obviously Count is in Toronto. And I wanted to talk about them because they're actually they're two other single guys. And I wanted to get their opinion on that subject. So while I could sit here and talk about it and talk about my experiences, I want to bounce it around. And so we'll leave that topic for when I can arrange it. That was actually supposed to happen yesterday, in a Skype conversation that I had kind of arranged with Jeff on the Friday, and I said I'll be ready at 11 o'clock Saturday my time. So all you had to do was Google that and work it out, right? Like I do with everyone else. And when that time came, there was no Jeff. Jeff was out. So that one fell through. And then I saw Agent Mudd went live on... what's that new program? I keep calling it friggin' YouTube. No, You Now, yeah. And that screws up for me too, but then I think it screws up for most people dropping in and out and stuff. So sometimes I just completely lose the feed, and everyone just starts pulsing on the screen. So, and then you refresh and it doesn't work. You've got to like basically I got to like close the browser or restart the computer, and I don't know what happened. Oh, excuse me. I had a bite to eat just a while ago, and I'm having a repeat. Today, over here in Australia, and in Brisbane in particular, it's starting to get very warm, and the days. What do we have the other day? 33°C the other day, which was pretty hot. You get used to it, but the winter has been so pleasant. Winter and spring have been so pleasant as far as temperature is concerned. I really, really love... So I'm in Queensland now, so obviously Queensland is a lot hotter than New South Wales used to be. New South Wales really does feel the cold. The further you go down, I think the colder it gets. And so up here, I'm used to it being sort of like mid-20s. I really don't like it. I don't know if it's as I'm getting older, but I really don't like it when it goes over 25. And I don't know what that is in fucking Fahrenheit or whatever, but I love 25. And I don't go to the beach that much. The beach is about an hour and a half away, but as the summer comes, I'm going to try to maybe go down to the coast a couple of more times than what I usually go, which is like once or twice. Maybe once per summer down there, make a day of it. And it's actually a good day, so I probably should try a bit harder to get down there, because it's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful Gold Coast. You guys, for you guys that aren't in this country, just Google sort of the Gold Coast even Sunshine Coast. I could take an easy hour drive from here and be just absolutely cruising on a beautiful beach on the Sunshine Coast. So I know my nieces love me when I take them to places, anywhere to get them out of the house. So I believe last time I took them over to, when was this? On the last school holidays, I think I took them to what we call Bribey Island, and I took them to the beach there. The beach was okay. There wasn't there wasn't like an absolute ton of beach sand like I'm used to. 20 meters, 30 meters to the water. It was sort of small beachy, but it was absolutely packed, which I really don't like. We were going to get something to eat when we were done, and it was going to be 45 minutes to fucking wait for something to eat. Like, you imagine sitting there for 45 fucking minutes waiting. Like, you'd expect that at a really fancy restaurant or something that you go to, especially if you're in a group and you're talking. It doesn't really matter. But fuck, we just wanted to get fish and chips. 45 minutes. Are you talking 45 minutes for fucking fish and chips? I just said, nah, we're not going to wait that long. We'll be home in 45 minutes. Well, not really, but so yeah, today, according to my phone, today is actually 25 degrees. So it's just right on that sort of comfortable level. I don't know what it is. I have a room that I think I've talked about this in the past. I downsized, and I found that when Mum picked out this house, she said, "Oh, Darren, come and look at this house if you like it, because I'm paying." But and I liked it. We were sort of short on options, but the room for me, or the choice of two rooms for me, was the rooms were too small. They both had built-ins, which was great, but they're still too small. So I'll give you an example. I downsized. I had a double bed because I like a bit of space. You never know who I'm gonna have over. I had a double bed, and you couldn't put a double bed and a normal desk, like an office desk, that wide. There was like no room to even between the chair and the bed. It was just too small. I can't do it. So I said to Ma, I said, I know this is going to sound really retarded, and I guess that in the future we could always get a builder in to change it, but does this sound crazy to you? I'm going to knock the wall out in between the two rooms, and that was between, there was had to go through the built-in in the other room to make one decent sized room. And she said, she sort of just, we're doing okay. And she went, and I know changing a 3-bedroom house to a 2-bedroom house value-wise is absolutely ridiculous. Like if you're looking to flip it or sell it or whatever. But for now, I had to do it because it was all I could do with it. And I had builder friends that I play soccer with. So I mentioned it to him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, Mal, come over." Yeah. Anyway, so I couldn't be here because I obviously had to work. So I arranged for him to come here and just help himself and blah blah blah. In the first day, he had the whole wall out, like just needed finishing off basically, and he put a big archway in, and now I've got this huge room, and the room is like. I obviously had 2 doors, so one door sealed off now, and my desk is against it, and the other I use the other door. One room had a fan in it, the other room doesn't. I put AC in. The room is like, it's not a square, it's more like a large rectangle. So, and I've got this motherfucking TV on the wall at one end, and it's beautiful. So I'm happy with it. I did some painting. I've still got a little bit more painting by the looks of it. I'm looking up at it now. I've got this beautiful little archway through to the 2 rooms, and it's you wouldn't know, and you could leave it this way, but eventually, if I ever did move, and I can't see myself moving before I pay a little bit more off this house, and I'm looking at how that's going. That's going to be a fucking long battle. I still own probably how much do I own? I own 50% of this house. So I have. How does that work? So I've got 50% equity in the house, free basically. Although you can borrow up to so much percent. So if I really wanted to, I could probably put a pool in. I could probably do extensions if I wanted to, but I don't think I will. I think I'm quite happy, just having Mum. Roof over the head for Mum. I got her in the master bedroom. she's got to walk in and straight into the bathroom and that sort of thing. And yeah, that's she's happy, and she's getting pretty close to retirement. And I work a lot, and I don't really do too much other than playing soccer and socializing at the club with my other friends and stuff. Actually, I got some really big event coming up as far as socializing, I guess. They have at my local bowls club, which is not that local anymore. It's freaking 35 minutes drive. They're having what they call it's a bowls tournament, and it's actually like it's on Foxtel. It's like cable TV here, and it's like the Premier League or something. So that's happening this week, and what they do is they have a lot of big sponsors, and obviously if it's on Foxtel, it's quite a big deal. So they're doing that this week, and I've scored invite to the corporate box, the club corporate box, on one of these nights. So I'm really looking forward to that. So they basically, feed you and water you the whole night. So yeah, I got to be there at 6, and you get taken to the box, and yeah, it's gonna be great. And yeah, I'll even dress up nicely for this one. Hang on, let me just adjust the mic here a little bit. Sorry guys if there's a little bit of noise here. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's a nice midweek breaker-upper of the week. But I don't understand how to... I played lawn bowls, and I actually did a Facebook Live, I think last year. Or might have been... Was it last year? Yeah, I have a big gap between soccer. So in the off season, they have like what they call it, Friday night fives or something like that, where you can go out to the back and it's like free lawn bowls and $5 schooners, I think. Does that sound right? Yeah, I think it's $5 schooners, and so I have a couple of beers, and my friends, we all go out and we play lawn bowls, and it's a fucking laugh. And I tell you what, it's not as easy as it looks. And so watching the experts do it is quite good. So it's a good night. So anyway, I started writing down, just changing it up here. I started writing down. Obviously, I was going to do an Auzzie Rules on the 1st of fucking November, which was freaking 9 days ago. And I started making a few notes about things that were on my mind or things that I wanted to talk about. But some of them are sort of like moved or changed altogether. But I'm working on. When I say working on, it's mostly in the head at the moment. But I'm working on a new intro for Auzzie Rules. I'm trying to come up with my own sort of like custom-made intro. But the problem is I'm not a graphics artist. I'm not a video editor and all that sort of stuff. So I'm having trouble with how I can do that. The one that came on just before. I edited everything myself, and I joined two things together, and I was able to put pictures to theme. I think the second one I put the pictures to the theme and all that sort of stuff, but the first part of it was I grabbed it off someone else. So anyway, obviously they're not mine, so therefore like it's a YouTube fucking copyright issue, whatever. And I just I'm sure that's fine using it, but the thing is, I just want to make my own that I own that can't be pinged me for copyright. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't get that many like views to worry about whether something's copyright. I mean, I put all my Auzzie Rules on YouTube, and they're all copyright, but they're fine. It's fine to play, but I just can't like it's not eligible for monetization, or maybe even some countries maybe you can't see it. No big deal, because I don't get enough views to even fucking worry about it, and I'm not worried about it. But I'd just like to do my own. So I'm gonna I'm thinking about what to do, and in the past, people have made their own intros. I remember like a few years ago, Crystal did her own intros, and she was asking everyone for like short comments so that she could make an intro and stuff like that. So, if she can do something like that, I probably could. But I did I did a couple of like intro bits, whatever, but she didn't use mine, but she did use one from Fancy that I thought was really funny when Fancy said something like this Fancy Dog Wins guy, he said something like, "Oh, this is going to be all about sex and something," and yeah, that was how she mixed it in was really, really good. So I'm probably going to need help with that. And I'm going to get like, I got a bloke doing an intro that used to be on the Howard Stern show back in the day, not anymore. He's going to do something for me. I just need to word it out. And I'm pretty sure Jeff would do something for me. I'm pretty sure RDV would do something for me. I'm pretty sure, someone like a John Bolton would do something. I could probably get Agent Mudd to do something, or record little things, and maybe I can put those things in the intro somehow. But I still wanted to make it Aussie themed, like the one is at the moment. So, I don't know. I got to talk to a few people about it. I find, I need someone skilled in doing that sort of stuff where you can just give them all different files and they can just put pictures in and make an intro. And and I want the intro just to be a couple of minutes long or something like that, something simple. So yeah, I'm working on that, and it's mostly in the head. I know what I want, I just don't know how to make it happen. So that's ongoing. So I don't spend a lot of time now. I'm not in any communities as much as anymore. I'm not in anything anymore. I'm a keen watcher. As I said in my previous previous podcasts, I love watching. I love watching Periscopes. I find Periscope is very interesting, and the people took me a long time. When I stopped joining in the Kermitown type stuff, whatever, I started to just watch other people's stuff just because I just wanted something different. Maybe some of the people were jerk offs and this and that. So what I did was I started watching people's Periscopes, and then at the time, a fellow that used to hang around that community, the Brian Peterson, he left the Kermitown thing, and he was doing his own thing, and then he popping up. He's doing scopes and this and that, and he was talking about all these other people that had no idea who these people were. People like people would come into his scopes and he'd go, "Oh, hi so and so, hi so." No idea who any of these people were at all, and I just thought I don't know these people, because none of the other people from Kermitown were in there, whatever. And I'm just sort of I was just listening and learning. There was people, all sorts of people coming in, and he knew these people, or he was fighting with people, and I didn't know who the people were that he was fighting with. So it was just interesting. I was just an observer. I was listening, blah blah blah. Yeah. So, and then he left, and then Brian is very misunderstood. I don't know if that's the right word. He let's put it this way. I watch scopes where he has people that that support him, and then he has a shitload of people that don't support him. There's a shitload of people that don't like him, and they will report him and try to take his, close his account or suspend his account, whatever they do. And the thing is, though, I find I've known Brian for I don't know, a few years, couple of years maybe, probably 3 years, off and on, and he doesn't give a shit about anybody, because I've had chats with him when we were using Rabbit and all those platforms that are no longer there, and you sort of think, oh yeah, your mates, so to speak, on some level, but then he'll just block everybody off, like he did. He blocked me on Twitter, and I'd never said anything bad, but that's okay. If it was a case of he was just blocking everybody, or he closed his account or whatever, but I'm pretty sure he didn't block certain people. I'm pretty sure he never blocked Serial Killer Jack and people like that, right? So he just I figured well, okay, he doesn't really give a crap, whatever. So when he posts anything, or if he does a Periscope, I figured, well, it's public, right? It's public, so I can listen, and I can discuss it because I want to give like respect the fact that like I think he's a nutcase, so to speak, but I liked him. I like him. Let's put it that way. But I can't support everything that he says or does, and I'll tell him that if he asks me. I can't back you on some of that stuff. Like an example, he was. I hadn't seen him around for a long time, because I don't know. He deletes his scopes and then he just makes a new scope or something. I didn't even know how people even know like when he changes. Like I don't understand it. Like you follow somebody and they close the account. That's it. You don't see them anymore, right? And then these people, they show up on new accounts and like suddenly they've got all these followers and you think, when did this guy show up on this account? Or like the names of the accounts are just like completely different. Like how do you follow this stuff? You can't. So anyway, so he shows up. Unless I'm following somebody who then shares it, and I'll go like, "Fuck! Oh, this person's back, or that person's back." Really weird. So anyway, he rocks up the other day. Oh, it's getting hot in this room now. I had to turn the AC off because I don't want any background noise in the recording. Anyway, he rocks up the other day, and I understand what he does. He does crazy things for women. He puts everything when he's interested in somebody, or somebody's someone's interested in him, so he thinks he's genuine. He puts everything into this. He does whatever they want. Brian, give me your Twitter login. Bang, Brian, block all everybody on your list or whatever, and only talk to me. This that. He does it. He does it. I don't know if it's true. He told me he was being married and divorced like twice. I don't know if that's true. Sounds like it, but I'm not sure. I do know one thing. He contradicts himself. He was saying in this scope the other night that he's rich and he's happy, retired or this or that, and then the next minute, he's telling the police that he's the truth, which he's on disability and he lives with his parents. So I believe what you want, but I like to think he's an entertainer. He's funny, and he is. I don't take this stuff serious. I know other people do, but I don't take it serious. So he's on the phone, and sorry, he's not on the phone. He's on a scope, and he's shotting his, I think, iPad, because he's talking to it, probably iMessaging or something like that.
Dumb cunt! Fuck you! You fucking cunt! I'm gonna fucking eviscerate you. You fucking lying cheat cunt! I'm gonna eviscerate you. You fucking cunt! You have no clue who the fuck you're fucking with. I'm going to destroy you! Okay.
Oh, sorry, that's just like a very, very short bit. And that's just like he's so fucking passionate, right? And like I look at this because I had relationships in the past, nothing like this, don't get me wrong, but I always got to a point in the relationship after maybe 3 years where it didn't work. And in the beginning, in one, I just couldn't breathe, and then the other two, they basically just wanted to go. One wanted to move back to where she came from, and which was Victoria, and the other one was just she was just weird. Like it just didn't work out, and I got to a point where I just decided that I didn't want any of that anymore. I don't want to go through that anymore. That was one of them. The one that went back to Victoria. I had very, really bad depression and stuff, and I was really, really bad, and I nearly lost I'm lucky that I had a really good boss and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, that's in the past, and I decided that I would never like muck around with this sort of stuff. It's just not for me. I can't do it. I can't put myself in this situation. And when I see someone like Brian, who puts fucking everything into it, yes, does he go overboard? Yes. Is he clingy? Yes. Is he like fucking needy? Yes. All of that, which is never was me. But when I see Brian doing this, I feel fucking sorry for him because he wants so badly to find a woman, right? But the thing is, he goes fucking 300%. He goes just fucking way too hard. And, you know, like he said, he's nearly 50. We're about the same age. You know, I'm actually older. I'm already 50. Jeff Count got me by 6 months or something, and then it's me, and then I notice that Brain's nearly 50 or something. So, I understand, like, to a point, like, but the thing is, though, like, I wish someone really needs to teach him that, you can't have a relationship with somebody that you haven't seen or met in person. Straight away, the alarm bells have got to be fucking ringing if you can't meet this person. You know, like I did a long distance relationship with this one that went back to Victoria, and I actually somehow met her online, and this was a long time ago. I actually met her online and spoke to her. And then we started talking on the phone. All of probably of what Brain's been doing, right? And then my cousin said to me, I've never been to Victoria. I've never been to Melbourne. Well, let's drive down there. I'll drop you off at Jane's place, right? We'll say her name is Jane, but her name actually was Jane. And then, you know, I'll go and, you know, explore Melbourne and that. And then I'll leave you there for a couple of days or something like that. You know, see if you can organise that. So we organised that and everything was good. We drove down there. I got dropped off. And she was, you know, she was, mate, the girl of my dreams. Like, she was everything that we had spoken about. And that's, you got to do that straight away. You cannot just online date for 6 months. You cannot do that, man. It doesn't matter. If you've got to drive across the country, because I think Brain doesn't fly, that's what he should have done. He should have just fucking got in his car and fucking went there, and she should allow it. And I know he'll say, yeah, but she didn't. She come up with all, you know, because I heard the scope. Oh, she didn't want me to come over there. Blah blah blah. Fucking crazy, man. Like, alarm bell. I don't know if he's been catfished. I don't think so. I just think that she's just fucking him around. It makes me mad. And while I can't justify that his statements. I'm not going to play any more of the scope or anything like that, but I can't justify the way that he speaks to her. But the thing is, like, you don't know, because Brain's a bit of an entertainment sort of guy. You know, he wouldn't put it on public scope if he didn't want people to, you know, download it or share it or talk about it. You know, so. I don't know, because the thing is, he did exactly the same thing, less than 6 months ago, about another girl, and Heather or something, or Mega Heather, I don't know, I can't even remember, but I remember telling him at the same time, man, fucking relationships suck, and I told him the same thing yesterday. Well, I was in his scope, I went to the club, and he happened to be live, so I just jumped in there, and I put my headphones on, and I was in there for about 5 minutes, and then I had to jump out, so... I feel sorry for your Brain. And I wish somebody would sort of give you some advice, and I'm hoping that maybe Serial Killer Jack maybe can give you some advice. Or maybe Serial Killer Jack just like sitting by laughing at how funny Brain can be. But mental health issues is not funny, which leads me into something else that bothers me a little bit, and that is... this is a subject I was also going to bounce off Jeff Count, who I know can, who might have some, you know, opinions on this. Is that mental health is a fucking bitch of a thing. I want to talk about something but I can't. I don't want to be in specific. But basically, like, I want to ask you people: do any of you people like have, I guess, family members or work colleagues that definitely you know have mental health issues? Because I'm finding it very difficult with someone I know that definitely has some mental health issues. And the thing is, what I find the most, I'm not going to talk too much on this actually, but what I find the most daunting is the fact that they don't think they have anything wrong. They think that it's everybody else's fault. and everybody else is picking on them, and they're always right. Right? It's not them, it's you or someone. It's not me, it's them. And you know that for an absolute damn fact that it's not that, and you use all your powers of logical reasoning to try to get this person to understand that they've done something wrong, or they've hurt someone else's feelings, or they've said something, catty, and the person will not accept it. The person will then just not accept it. And it doesn't matter how you go about it, you get really frustrated that the person doesn't accept any responsibility for it. And it just burned my brain out, and I can't handle it. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to move forward with this current sort of situation that I have. But I know that mental health is a very, very serious subject. Very, very serious. And the thing is, though, what do you do? What if say for instance, I owned a small company, right? Hypothetical situation here. I own a small company, and I have people working for me, and one person definitely has mental health issues, right? In other words, in private, you think this person's fucking nutty as fuck, and what do you do? Do you just move them on? Do you just piss them off somehow? Do you just use the system and weed them out of your life because it's your business that you have a business and you don't want it to hurt your business in any way? But or do you just do you do the human thing when you try to deal with them and you try to give them a job because you feel sorry for them and you're trying to do the right thing by them? But what happens if it's detrimental to your business because that person is pissing other people off that are good people and good workers and stuff like that? What do you do? How do you how do you stay within the letter of the law and make life easier also for yourself or your business? I don't know how I deal with it, but there's a lot of people with mental health issues. What do you do with them? What do you do with them? What as a society? What do you do with them? Do you get them diagnosed and then put on disability and weed them out of the workplace, leave the workplace for normal sane people? What do you do? I don't know. Anyway, I want some thoughts. So I'm going to think about that one. So, also, as I was saying before, I love Periscope, and I want to talk. I'm going to try to spend. This is a problem with the time difference, right? I follow someone on Periscope, right? She's like the alien or something. Her name's Blurry. And I gotta be honest and tell her that most of the time I have no idea what she's talking about. Because even when she's talking about people, I have no idea what she's talking about. However, as I said in the other podcast I did, she has the most beautiful voice and beautiful laugh that I've ever heard. And I fully expected her to one day say that, that she was 30 or something like that, right? Which is, obviously I'm up around 50. And then a couple of scopes, she says she's 50 or 51 or something. I couldn't believe it, right? Her voice is like an angel. I love listening to her voice. And I feel sort of guilty because I haven't called in live, and I have called in live to Wendy's scope or Hansi's. Wendy's or Hansi's I've called in once, right? And it works, so I know I can do it. But the problem is the time difference, right? Sometimes they go live. I'm at work. I can't sit there on the phone, right? I'm very self-conscious like that. I can't. I listen to things while I'm working, but I can't go live and start talking, having a fucking podcast while I'm working. Won't work. And the only good thing is that she has some weird sleep sort of patterns, and sometimes I can catch her in my evening, which would be probably in the middle of the night for her. So that's the best time I'm going to try to jump on and say hello to her. And I would love to have her on Auzzie Rules. But I wanna talk to her, and I want to like gain her trust. I don't want her to think, because she talks a lot about, apparently she was in some Facebook group and they doxed her or something like that, or she said they still dox her and they put, I don't care. My name's Darren. Everyone knows me as Casper. Everyone knows I live in Brisbane, Australia. So that's all you need to know, and that's all I'd want to know about a person. Hey, my name's Rachel and I'm in California, or something like that, right? I don't know her name, and whether it's out there or not, I don't know it. And but I would love to talk to her. She, okay, she seems pretty out there. I don't know. She sort of, to me, she tries to do good, and I like the sound of her voice. So I would love to interview her, but I won't interview her to know personal stuff. I just want to interview her and just talk to her. So I want to know if I can somehow organize that. I'll have to try to jump into her scope and talk to her sometime. But she seems like, I know she was battling the bushfires, which is something that's going on out here in Australia at the moment. There's fires in Queensland. The very, very smoky haze over everywhere at the moment. Not so much today, and I know New South Wales, I think, is about 3 times worse than Queensland, and they're fighting fires everywhere. Lots of places. I saw on the news a school was burnt down the other day in some remote place or something. Not very good. Which leads me to think about whether maybe I'm too old to do it. Maybe I need to volunteer more. Maybe. I was thinking of volunteering to help the homeless, maybe on the weekends, where I can maybe join some place in Brisbane, maybe, that go around and help homeless, maybe, or work in like a soup kitchen for them or something. I was thinking of doing that. Or I was thinking of I'm going to be going through a very, very tough fit regime over Christmas, a combination of training and going on I forgot the Duromine to ease the hunger pains and stuff while I do a very serious training regime for a couple of months in preparation for the next soccer season, because this season I struggled big time, and I want to do something about it. So anyway, this is okay, so yeah, I got a little, I felt like I got a little bit of flack by using artist clips off battle chats, which I totally gave them credit for, and it was only very, very short. But yeah, I don't think, I don't know. I hear a lot of negative things, but I don't have anything negative to say about Serial Killer Jack. He's always been cool with me, and I've always been cool with him. And I got to remember, I know all the shit that went right back to Pod Trash, and all the shit with Jeff Hansen, and all the shit with Jimanan that him and Jack had. I know all that stuff, but the fact remains is that Jack never always been reasonable with me, and I can't say anything negative. So I don't know whether you have given it a shot, but I like Battle Chats. Battle Chats, it's on. I think it's. I saw it on Periscope the other day, but I watched it on YouTube, and they're all pre-recorded, which is something I think they could improve on. I think they should do it live. Do it live. Fuck it, do it live. But they don't. They do it. They pre-record it and they edit the shit out of it. And the only sort of criticism I have to do is they just cut the fucking thing up. They cut it up and post clips for fucking a month afterwards. They just keep posting heaps. If you watch the interview, you don't want to watch the short clips. That's the only criticism I have. Too many clips. They cut it up to fuck. Just watch the whole fucking hour or whatever. Grillo's fucking good. I like him. I'd like to meet Grillo. He's pretty cool. Top shelf liquor. something else I thought was really funny was, when Howard Stern was over in LA, he was doing the opening of the LA studios or something like that, or the rehab of them, or refurb of them, or something like that. And I listened to Stuttering John's podcast, but right, and I must admit, over time, I used to love. I didn't watch Stern when Stuttering John was on Stern. I joined watching Stern when it was after Artie had joined. All right, so I missed pretty much all of the Stuttering John and the fucking Jackie eras. So Stuttering John does a podcast nearly every day, from what I can see. And I must admit, his whole content, like for ages now, has been about fucking Stern, right? He doesn't even. This guy went on to work for Jay Leno, and he ended up making great money when he was at Jay Leno. And we all know that he didn't make fucking shit money at Stern, right? Because Stern pays everyone crap, except for the top 4 people. Everyone else is you go from someone who's either making millions to someone who's only making like 80 grand. There's no in between. That's just the way it seems to be over there, which is surprising, because people are really just making a living. You're not putting away fucking millions for later on when the show's not going to be around, because trust me, it's not going to be around for too many more years. So anyway, all he does on his podcast is fucking whinge and complain about he doesn't like Gary. He gives Gary fucking so much shit. Complains about the Pelican. Complains. And it's quite funny that little video that he put up on I think it was Twitter. I think I saw it on Twitter, where Stuttering John is walking in the foyer of the hotel or something, and fucking Shuley's sitting there, and then Shuley just fucking gives him the cold shoulder or whatever. And they apparently were okay, but the thing is though, Shuley knows he can't get in a conversation with Stuttering John, or he'll probably be sacked. I mean, Howard's just that sort of guy. He just doesn't want it to happen, and he's probably gave him a directive not to talk to fucking Stuttering John. But Stuttering John would then. This is what I don't like about this fuck. On Twitter, then he would put all shit on Twitter that's not true. Like because he calls them Twitter idiots or something, Twitterwits or something like that. So he takes his whole Twitter audience as fucking idiots. And he just posts stuff on there like, oh, big interview with Stern coming up or something like that. And none of it's true. And all his whole content is just whinging about, and he's got a fucking bee in his bonnet because he's not getting the credit for what he did when he was on the Stern Show. And I'll give him credit. He did a lot of fucking good shit on there. He did a lot of good bits and a lot of good fucking stories and stuff like that. But they didn't pay him that well, and the guy moved on. And good luck to him. But, don't you think it's time to let it go? How long's it been? It's been so long. And he's really he went through a phase, I think it was last week, he said, he keeps repeating this on his podcast, anything on this podcast cannot be broadcast unless they have written expression from, Stuttering John, blah, 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 blah. Because a few people, and the thing is, once you post it, it's public, it's fucking bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. And there must have been a few people that took bits and pieces out of his podcast or whatever and then replayed it or whatever. And he had them people shut down. And he accidentally shut down someone that's in, that works for him, or someone that's associated with him that's a good guy or something, and then they got a good relationship. So, yeah, he's bitching about stuff. Unbelievable. So yeah, anyway, I was telling you about you now before. So it was like a couple of weeks ago, I think Agent Mudd was doing something, and then Jeff told me that he got shut down or something. And I went shut down, and then I don't know if it's true because I wasn't there, but something along the lines of Mudd got his guns out or something, because over there you got guns, whatever, it's fine. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But yeah, you got to be careful. Fucking, they really it's just, the haters out there, right? They just want to complain all the time. The society's just complete whinging people now. It's unbelievable. So, also another subject that I've been thinking about or monitoring is this misery box bloke. This I've spoken about him before. James Nan or whatever. It's public information, right? So he's done a lot of things. And this is going back to when they wanted him on Gonzo or whatever, and then he did a couple of shows. But I found him, excuse me, when he was doing Howard Stern stuff on YouTube, and I really, really liked it. He was taking like famous bits and famous stuff off Stern, and he was playing it, but he's talking about it, which I thought was acceptable. And I think he was a Howard Stern fan, but then I think he's a fan of anything that fucking gets him views and monetization. I don't think it matters. I think he's that sort of person. So these shows he was doing were really, really good. They were good. They were, he would talk, because apparently it's acceptable if you play a clip and then you talk through it, right? But no. Jason Kaplan or whoever it was, I heard, had him shut down. So then he went and did basketball videos. So suddenly, and these are probably like true loves that the guy has. He loves Stern, he loves basketball or whatever. And he apparently loves true crime as well. So he did all the basketball things, but apparently he didn't do the basketball thing to the letter of the law, and all the haters shut him down. So then he was doing weekly live streams just with the small crew that he had, like Kitty and all ASMR guy and Weaver and all that. But that doesn't make any money. So he pissed all them off, basically. Just shut them out. And started doing something else about true crime or something. And that didn't really pan out, or I don't think it's panned out. And he keeps, like... The thing I can't believe is that YouTube have some sort of law, or rule, regulation, whatever, that if your channel gets shut down for violating terms, you can't open a new channel. You can't. But everyone does. I've noticed everyone does, and they don't do anything about it. I only have one channel. There's options to have other channels. I can see that. You can have other channels and then just log in and out of other channels. I've only got one channel, so but because I've got like tons of I have got a fucking hard drive full of Stern stuff that I would love to post. Even I've got every single show since fucking 2010 or something. I've got the classics fucking Black on Blacks. I've got fucking Chuck Zito. I've got the fucking Intern Show. I've got fucking so much stuff I would love to put on one channel, and not for monetization, just purely to share it with people, because it's classic stuff. Can't do it because first of all, probably won't even pass the copyright thing, and secondly, I just get someone who doesn't like Casper, complain, I'll get strikes, the channel gets shut down, and all I want to do is share it with people. So I understand the fucking battles that people must have to fucking do a YouTube channel. If it's not all original, you just get fucking shit. Even on my channel now, I took all of the Artie Lang stuff that made me fucking great pocket money. Fucking great pocket money. It was paying for my website and whatever else I had. Basically, it was paying for my internet bill, right? The money I was getting from monetization. They tightened up the monetization rules, and they demonetized a lot of people. Me included, which is fine. I really didn't care about it. I just thought that was the way YouTube worked. Wow, if I can get monetization, fantastic. So what I did was, I took all of the stuff out, and I do have it away somewhere. Oh, look here. We might have a visitor here. We might have a visitor to Auzzie Rules here. He's calling me live when he was supposed to message me. But, hello, have we got Jeff Count there? Oh, shit. It's not working. It's not working. Oh, I can't hear you, Jeff. I'm very sorry I can't hear you. I don't know why. Oh, that's a shame, man. That's a shame. Why is that happening? I wonder if it's you, Jeff. Like, it could be you. Turn off. And audio, video settings. Look, see, my microphone settings working fine in there. But for some reason, man, I can't hear you. Very, very sorry. I'm going to have to hang up. I'm going to have to kill Skype because I'm just finishing up on Auzzie Rules. And then I'll have to get back to you. Oh, that's a shame, man. Fuck. We'll have to do it next time, but let me just quit Skype for a sec. It probably won't work. You watch, he'll call again, and I've quit Skype, right? But sometimes the computer has a mind of its own. So anyway, so I understand how hard it is to do a YouTube thing, and then I see people continuously fighting with this guy, and he doesn't take too much shit. I mean, personally, I didn't dislike Jim and Ann. In actual fact, I for a very, very short stage, I was a Patreon for a very, very short time, because I liked it when he was doing the midweek streams, because it was entertainment to me. It's something that I could listen to at night after I'd had dinner and done stuff, or even if it was a replay or whatever, I could listen. So I thought, mate, this is entertaining me. I don't mind paying him $5, whatever it was. But the thing is, like, I was in his Discord, and this is when I was using Discord. I'm not even using Discord at the moment. So I could, like, I felt like I was getting some value there, and I thought, like, if I get value out of something, I don't mind paying for it. I don't mind throwing in a few bucks or something that I'm getting payment, that I'm getting enjoyment out of. You know, there's one of my favorite YouTubers is this couple that's building a container home, and they post videos every week, and they got a Patreon, right? And I'm as soon as I get on top of some of my own bills, I won't mind contributing, because those people are just fucking beautiful people. They're building this container home. I don't know where it is in the States, but they got this beautiful bit of land. They got a dam there. They put the tanks in. I think it's called Life Uncontained or Uncontained Life, one or the other. Just see if you can look that up on YouTube. And I love watching these people. The guy looks like he's ex sort of possibly ex like forces or something, or whether he's just he's a jack of all trades, this guy. And she's just a beautiful girl. This girl that's there, she's so nice. She's so beautiful, and she's having a baby soon, and she's still helping him with the place. And yeah, really, really nice to see that sort of thing. I mean, that's all original content, I guess, but look what you got to do to create this original content. So anyway, we're back to Misery Box, whatever. And now he's fighting, like, he's always fighting with Carv from Sane's Entertainment, and he's always fighting with Matt from Unbleached or whatever it's called. And now he's fighting with this other chick, Jamie or something, Lemonade or something like that. Saw something on YouTube, and then you've got Average Joe. Average Joe's been trying to shut Jim and Ann down on multiple levels for a long time. So I see on Twitter, whatever, he's look, I can't. Do I think Jim and Ann's a pedophile? Probably not. But the thing is, do I think he has said a lot of inappropriate stuff, and has had very young people on his streams and stuff? Yeah. A lot of inappropriate stuff, but I don't know if he's a pedophile. Is he deadbeat dad? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But we got offside, because he got an email, and he said, people have warned me about you, if I can fuck off. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks, man. Okay, thanks very much. Yep, you obviously don't have the brains to work anything out for yourself, so we'll just listen to the trolls. And he certainly has enough of them. The thing is, he couldn't tell who a troll and who wasn't a troll. That's the problem. A few times I've gone into his streams, right? If he's bitching about someone, I might sit there and listen or whatever. And I'm a bit of an observer. I'm not gonna join someone else's fight. If you want to fight, I'll listen. I'm not joining it. It's got nothing to do with me. And if I don't find it interesting, I'll just go out. So anyway, that's me baffling on for this week. So this is my November podcast. I'm sorry, but I've been really cutting it down now. I just I jump on when I feel like jumping on. I've got enough topics to talk about. And I'm sure there's probably at least another 5 or 6 things that I wanted to talk about that I haven't written down, and I didn't write down, and I've forgotten. And but maybe next time. So I'm thinking it's time. Oh, that's not the one I want to play. That's really not the one I want to play. I've been trying to get some things off my desktop. I got so much fucking shit on my desktop that I'm sure it's slowing my fucking shit down. And I've had some troubles with my computer, right? With this fucking Windows update, and then your computer just acts like fucking retard until they sort out the Windows updates. But anyway, this is one I wanted to play. Thank you for listening to Auzzie Rules. Jeff, we'll catch up really soon, mate. And peace out, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
On a hippie trailhead full of zombies, I met a strange lady. She made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, do you come from a land down under, where women go and men wonder? Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Buying bread from a man in Brussels. He was 6